Have you ever looked at an old chair, a worn-out pallet, or even a rusty colander and thought, trash? Well, think again. Because in this video, we're going to show you how those so-called throwaways can become rustic garden treasures, saving you money while giving your outdoor space some serious charm. From wine bottle borders to ladder plant stands, this is your guide to turning everyday recycled materials into stunning, small garden features. Let's dive into the world of rustic style, sustainability, and smart garden design, all on a budget. Hi everyone, welcome to our channel, Rustic Garden Vibes. Your place to find lots of inspiration for a beautiful rustic garden in your home. Whether you've got a tiny backyard, a patio, or even just a cozy corner that needs some love, you're in the right place. Today, we're exploring recycled garden ideas with a rustic twist, perfect for American homes that want to go green, save green, and still look amazing. You'll learn how to reuse things like pallets, tin cans, mason jars, and even old furniture to create beautiful, functional garden features without spending a fortune. Let's start with one of the most versatile and widely available recycled materials, wooden pallets. These are a DIYer's dream, and in the garden world, they're pure gold. One of the easiest and most effective ways to use a pallet is by turning it into a vertical planter. Just sand it down, stain it for that rustic look, line each row with landscape fabric or small pots, and fill them with herbs, succulents, or flowers. Not only does it save ground space, but it also adds a stylish vertical element to your garden. Hang it against a fence, or let it lean naturally against a wall for that cozy, cottagecore vibe. Tip: this is also known as a pallet herb wall, or DIY vertical garden using pallets. Next up, wooden crates. If you've got old apple crates, wine boxes, or storage bins, stack them up for a rustic planter tower. Lay the bottom layer flat, place the next one at a slight angle or sideways, and create natural pockets for trailing plants like ivy or nasturtiums. It's a great way to add height variation and visual interest, especially in small spaces. Bonus tip: screw the crates together and anchor them for safety, then stain or paint them for extra charm. Leave them weathered for a more authentic rustic finish. And let's not forget, you can also disassemble pallets to build raised garden beds for vegetables or flowers. It's cheaper than buying new lumber and way more sustainable. Use untreated wood only, so your soil stays chemical-free. A coat of outdoor-safe sealant will keep it looking beautiful and lasting longer through the seasons. So as you can see, something as simple as a wood pallet or old crate can completely transform your garden, especially when you're working with a tight space and a tighter budget. Whether it's a vertical herb wall, a stacked planter tower, or a handmade raised bed, these rustic projects are all about making the most of what you have and making it look incredibly good doing it. Up next, we'll explore creative container gardening with recycled kitchen items. Think colanders, mason jars, and tin cans turned into rustic, eye-catching planters. Stick around because the ideas are just getting started. Now that we've worked with wood, it's time to get creative with something smaller but just as charming: recycled containers. From colanders to mason jars, these everyday kitchen items make fantastic planters, especially if you're going for that rustic, homey garden look. Plus, they're easy to hang, paint, and customize however you like. Let's kick things off with one of our favorite ideas: the colander hanging planter. Old metal colanders, yes, the kind you strain spaghetti with, are perfect for outdoor planters. They already have drainage holes, and their metal surface gives that vintage farmhouse feel. Here's how to do it. 1. Clean and sand the colander if it's rusty. 2. Spray paint it or leave it as is for character. 3. Line it with coconut coir or landscape fabric. 4. Add potting mix and plant flowers, strawberries, or herbs. Hang it from a tree, porch beam, or shepherd's hook using chains or rope for that rustic garden swing effect. Other terms: colander planter DIY, recycled kitchen garden decor, rustic hanging planter. Next up, mason jars, a classic staple in any rustic garden project. You can attach mason jars to a wooden board or pallet slat using hose clamps. Fill them with potting soil, pebbles, or even small succulents and herbs. This works especially well as a vertical herb garden mounted on a fence or wall, perfect for small backyards or patios. Bonus idea: use tinted mason jars in blues or greens to catch the sunlight and add a touch of color to your garden design. Don't throw out those soup cans or coffee tins. They're about to become mini garden heroes. Clean the cans thoroughly, drill a few drainage holes, and paint or decorate them to your liking. Label each one for herbs like basil, thyme, mint, or cilantro. You can mount these on a wooden fence, line them up along a window ledge, or hang them in rows using macrame holders. Tip: use matte chalk paint for a rustic look, and bonus points if you distress the paint for a weathered feel. Alright, let's talk about something that's not only fun to collect but also super useful in the garden: wine bottles. There are so many ways to reuse these, but here are 3 rustic garden favorites. 1. Wine bottle edging. Lay the bottles upside down, neck first into the soil, to create a decorative and colorful border around flower beds or pathways. The glass catches the sunlight and adds a subtle sparkle. Use a mix of green, brown, and clear bottles for that boho chic rustic look. Two, self-watering planters. Fill a wine bottle with water, turn it upside down, and insert it into the soil next to a plant. It slowly releases moisture, making it perfect for container gardens or potted plants when you're away. Pro tip: use a cork with a drilled hole for even slower release. Three, bottle lighting. You can place solar fairy lights inside the bottle or use them as lanterns along a walkway. It's cozy, sustainable, and adds magical lighting without buying new garden lights. With just a few old cans, jars, and bottles, you can totally transform your garden's look, and all without spending more than a few dollars or heading to a big box store. Rustic gardening with recycled containers isn't just about saving money, it's about bringing personality, texture, and storytelling into your outdoor space. But we're not stopping here. Up next, we're taking it to the next level with furniture planters, ladder displays, and bathtubs turned into flower beds. Yep, we're going full rustic DIY. Stay with us. Okay, now it's time to go bold. You've seen pallets, jars, and cans, but what about old furniture? That chair you were going to throw out? It's your next flower pot. The rusty ladder in your garage? It's about to become a tiered garden masterpiece. Rustic gardening is all about reimagining everyday items, and this next batch of ideas will give your space that warm, cozy, lived-in charm that's both functional and full of character. Let's start with the chair planter. If you've got a wooden or metal chair with a broken seat, or even better, a vintage thrift store find, it's perfect for this project. Here's how. 1. Remove the seat completely and replace it with a wire basket or a coconut liner. 2. Fill it with potting soil and flowers, trailing vines, or herbs. 3. Paint or distress the chair for a weathered, farmhouse finish. Place it near an entryway or garden path for a charming focal point. It's not just a planter, it's a piece of garden art. Next up, wooden ladders. These are absolute gems for small garden spaces, especially vertical ones. Lean an old ladder against a wall or fence. Use the rungs as mini shelves for potted plants. You can even hang baskets from the sides using hooks or twine. For a more advanced version, try painting the ladder white or pastel for a vintage look, or stain the wood for a darker, rustic farmhouse vibe. Great for patios, balconies, or anywhere you want height without bulk. Got an old clawfoot tub or utility tub? That's not junk, that's your next garden bed. Bathtubs are deep, spacious, and naturally weather-resistant, which makes them ideal for growing everything from herbs to wildflowers. Just make sure there's proper drainage, drill a few holes if needed, and fill it with rich soil and colorful plants. Place it in a sunny spot and surround it with bricks, gravel, or mulch to create a cozy garden nook. Now let's talk about garden accents and edging, those finishing touches that make everything feel intentional and homey. 1. Tire planters. Paint old car tires in earthy tones or soft pastels. Stack them to create raised planters. Add flowers, herbs, or ornamental grasses. Tip bonus: they're tough, durable, and weatherproof. 2. Broken pot decor. Use shattered terracotta pots to create fairy gardens or succulent displays. Stack pieces into layers, creating stairs or levels inside a larger container. 3. Upcycled watering cans. Use dented or leaky watering cans as hanging planters or decorative pieces. Drill a few holes in the bottom, fill with soil, and hang on a fence or post. Let trailing plants flow out like a waterfall of greenery. These details add whimsy and personality, and they cost next to nothing. Before we wrap up, here are a few bonus eco-friendly garden tips that'll help you stay sustainable. 1. Use old nursery pots to start seedlings instead of buying new ones. 2. Turn milk jugs or 2-liter bottles into watering cans by poking holes in the cap. 3. Build a simple compost bin from extra pallet slats or wooden boxes. 4. Collect rainwater using a recycled barrel or even an old trash can with a spout. Remember, the more you reuse, the more you save, and the more unique your garden becomes. So, there you have it: chairs, ladders, bathtubs, tires, and more, transformed into beautiful rustic garden features. Each one tells a story, saves you money, and adds that personal, handmade charm that you just can't buy in a store. Coming up next is your final inspiration boost, so stick around for the closing wrap-up and our top call to action to help your garden journey grow even more. have it, your complete guide to recycled rustic garden design that's affordable, sustainable, and full of heart. From pallets and colanders to bathtubs and wine bottles, we've shown you how to turn trash into garden treasure, all while embracing that cozy, handcrafted vibe that makes small spaces feel truly special. No matter the size of your yard or your budget, you now have the tools and ideas to create a garden that's 100% you. So, before you toss that old chair or tin can, ask yourself, could this be my next DIY garden project? If this video inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss our next garden idea drop. We'd love to hear what you plan to reuse in your garden. Drop your ideas or photos in the comments below. And if you're ready for more, check out our next video. Thanks for watching, and happy gardening!